sexually transmitted disease.
These are the Outbreak movies where everything falls apart in hours. No slow build, no safe distance, no time to think. And the best part is, every movie on this list is available to watch right now. These are the stories where infection spreads fast, panic takes over, and normal life collapses almost instantly. If you like Outbreak movies where the world turns into a nightmare in a matter of hours, this list is for you. Number 10. Splinter. What makes Splinter work so well is how fast it turns a simple situation into a nightmare. A group of strangers gets trapped in an isolated gas station, and suddenly they're dealing with an infection that feels vicious, unnatural, and completely out of control. The movie doesn't need a giant city or thousands of infected to feel intense. It uses tight spaces, fear, and pure uncertainty to build pressure. Every second feels dangerous because nobody really understands what they're facing. It's brutal, claustrophobic, and a perfect reminder that sometimes the most terrifying outbreaks start in the smallest places. Number 9. Contracted. Contracted feels different from most Outbreak movies because it makes the horror deeply personal. Instead of showing the collapse of a city right away, it focuses on one person whose body and mind begin changing in horrifying ways after a single night. What makes it disturbing is how intimate and relentless it feels. You're not watching a disaster from far away. You're watching infection spread up close, step by step, with no way to stop it. The film turns disease into something physical, humiliating, and terrifyingly real. It's not about giant chaos yet. It's about the moment the nightmare begins. Number 8. Carriers. Carriers drops you into a world where the outbreak has already poisoned everyday life, and now every human interaction feels dangerous. The story follows people trying to stay alive on the road, but what makes the film hit is the constant paranoia. Nobody knows who's safe, who's infected, or how long any plan will last. The virus hangs over every scene like a death sentence, and even quiet moments feel tense. This isn't a flashy apocalypse movie. It's colder than that. It's about survival turning people hard, suspicious, and desperate. And that makes the collapse feel even more believable. Number 7. Pontypool. Pontypool proves you don't need non-stop action to create one of the strangest and most unsettling outbreak movies ever made. Most of the story plays out inside a radio station where the characters slowly realize something terrible is spreading through their small town. What makes the film so effective is the feeling that the world is falling apart just outside the room, while the full truth remains unclear. That uncertainty becomes the real horror. Every report sounds worse than the last, and the panic grows without ever letting you feel safe. It's smart, eerie, original, and deeply uncomfortable in the best way. Number 6. Right at Your Door. This movie takes a normal day and turns it into a full-scale nightmare almost instantly. After a series of explosions release a deadly toxic cloud across Los Angeles, one man seals himself inside his home while the outside world descends into panic and confusion. What makes Right at Your Door so tense is how real it feels. There are no superhuman infected, no giant action sequences, just fear, isolation, and impossible decisions. The horror comes from not knowing what's really happening and whether staying inside will save you or kill you. It's quiet, stressful, and painfully believable from start to finish. Number 5. The Bay. The Bay starts in a small coastal town and quickly turns into a biological nightmare. At first, things feel strange and off. Then people begin getting sick, the situation escalates fast, and the entire town starts slipping into panic and horror. What makes this film work is how disgusting and chaotic it becomes without losing that grounded feeling. It shows how something hidden in the environment can suddenly explode into a public disaster nobody is ready for. The small town setting makes it even stronger because it turns a peaceful community into a trap. The result is ugly, creepy, and way more intense than many bigger outbreak films. Number 4. The Flu. The flu is one of the best examples of how quickly a public health crisis can become total social collapse. What begins as an infection outbreak soon grows into mass fear, overcrowded hospitals, military intervention, and a city spiraling toward chaos. The scale of the movie is what makes it hit so hard. It doesn't just show a few survivors running from danger. It shows an entire system starting to crack under pressure. Families are separated, authorities lose control, and panic spreads almost as fast as the virus itself. This is the kind of outbreak film that feels huge, urgent, and terrifyingly close to reality. Number 3. The Crazies. The Crazies takes the familiar idea of a small American town and turns it into pure paranoia. People start acting violently, trust disappears, and suddenly the entire place feels poisoned by fear and confusion. What makes this film so strong is that the outbreak doesn't just create danger, it destroys certainty. Nobody knows who's infected, who's watching, or whether help is even possible anymore. And once the authorities step in, things only get worse. The movie moves fast, stays tense, and constantly makes the situation feel tighter and more hopeless. It's a brutal collapse story where the loss of control happens almost immediately. Number 2. The Sadness. The Sadness is easily the most savage movie on this list. It takes the idea of an outbreak and pushes it into something far more vicious, where society doesn't just break down, it mutates into something horrifying. Once the infection spreads, people lose restraint in the worst possible ways, and the world becomes terrifying almost overnight. What makes this film so effective is how extreme and unpredictable it feels. There's no comfort zone, no safe rhythm, no sense that things might stabilize. Every scene feels like it could get worse, and usually it does. This is not just an outbreak movie. It's full social collapse turned into nightmare fuel. Number 1. Train to Busan. Train to Busan earns the number 1 spot because it delivers everything an outbreak movie should. Speed, panic, pressure, emotion, and constant survival tension. Once the infection starts spreading on the train, there's almost no room to breathe. Every carriage becomes a battleground, every choice matters, and every delay can get someone killed. What makes the film stand out even more is that it doesn't rely only on chaos. It also shows fear, selfishness, courage, and sacrifice in a way that hits hard. The outbreak moves fast, but the human drama lands just as strongly. It's intense, emotional, and still one of the best rapid collapse movies ever made. If this kind of rapid collapse chaos is your thing, don't stop here. Watch the next Outbreak and post-apocalyptic ranking on this channel right now. And if I missed one movie where everything falls apart fast, write it in the comments. Because in the best outbreak stories, the real horror isn't just the virus. It's how quickly the world stops being normal.